everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my favorites video, to this September favorites. Yes, September has come and gone, and it's time to get into fall season, which I mentioned this last month. I'm going to mention it again today. If you live in South Texas, it's still summer. We're still in the 90s. It's so hot, and I'm ready for fall. I'm seeing all these pretty pictures and people with their lattes, and I'm like, man, I'm ready for chunky sweater weather. Well, guys, I've got quite a few things to go over with you today on what I've been loving for the month of September. There's some good stuff in here, you guys. I feel like lately, within the past week or two, my makeup fire has been rekindled a little bit. And I'm just excited to share some of this stuff with you. So if you're interested in seeing what worked for me, what I loved and repeatedly used for the month of September, then just keep on watching. Alright, y'all, so I'm really not going to go, as usual, in any particular order, just pulling stuff out of my little basket. So let's just start off with the first product, which is Briogeo's B.Well Organic and Cold Pressed 100% Castor Oil. So when I first bought this, which was during the spring sale back in April, I knew I had kind of wanted to use it for multiple things, like my lashes and my brows and like my scalp. So I started using it like on my scalp, and it's so thick that I found it really hard to distribute. And so I got to where I was kind of just not really using it. It was in the cabinet, I'd forget about it. And so maybe about a month and a half ago, more or less, I pulled it back out and I was like, okay, let me make it part of my routine to where I put it on my brows, I put it on my lashes, and I put it on my nail beds, like, you know, the cuticle area, just in my nails and on my nails in general. So I started doing that, and you guys, now I can't go a night without it. So what I do with this is I put like the tiniest pump on my index finger. I rub it together, then rub it on my thumbs. So then I coat my lashes, I put some on my brows, and then with the excess, I start rubbing it into my fingernails. Now, if you've been with my channel for a long time, you know I struggle with my fingernails. They've just never really been super healthy. They don't really grow, and I'm horrible about painting my nails. I need to do it more often, but I just don't. Anyways, I have never in my life had the healthy nail that I have, or nails, not one nail, that I have today, and this is the only thing I've been doing different. So first off, now this one chipped, I'm gonna have to file it down, but just so that you can see, and I know it doesn't look like anything exciting if you have long nails, if you're used to having healthy long nails. For me, this is a milestone, and I am so, so happy. Also, when I put this in my brows, I grab a spoolie and I brush it through. My brows just look so perfectly like smoothed out, and just it really has made a difference with my lashes and my brows as well. So love this, and I would absolutely repurchase it. I don't think it's a bad price point. I think it was about $28, and I think that's a really great price point for this. So love, and I love that the bottle's that lilac color. So, so pretty. Next up is actually a Carly Bible made me buy it kind of thing. Well, you know how right now all the trend are those rhinestones in makeup. Now, I forget what the show name is called. I will disclose, I have not seen the show. I don't plan to see the show. I think it's got a little bit more content that it's got content that I really wouldn't want to be watching. So just know I'm not familiar with the show, but I do love watching Carly Bible, and she's been using these little rhinestones in a couple of her makeup tutorials. Well, her latest one just sold me. So I had gone to Michael's, it's probably been a couple of weeks now, and they, ironically, were having a 50% off sale on their Swarovski crystals. The tag said, like, lowest price of the season. I was like, wow, what are the odds? So I picked up quite a few, there, as my voice just cracks. I picked up quite a few, not near as many as I wanted. Like, there were more, but I was just like, I did not even plan to spend that much. These big ones with like the 80 pieces, those were $5, and then the 35 pieces were like $2.99. So not too bad, but if you pay full price, that is a lot. But you might say, well, how do you know it's your favorites? Because those are still in the package. Well, because I've already put some in this little pot here, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that the first time I used them, I had posted on there, and I was like, I'm officially extra, because now I use Swarovski crystals on my makeup. So such an amazing detail to your makeup. You can take something like from everyday to ridiculously glam just by using these, whether you put it in the inner corner, whether you line your, eyeliner with them, right under your brow bone. So many uses for these, and they come in beautiful colors. I have been having so much fun with those, so definitely a favorite. The next two items are actually drugstore items that I did not think I was going to love as much as I did. I even purchased them with the idea of, okay, if I'm not crazy about them, then I will likely be back here, you know, returning them. So the first one is the CoverGirl. What is this called? I even think I still have the trash here. I'm put in the recycle. It's the CoverGirl Get In Line Liquid Liner. It looks like this. I've had a couple of these on my loves list on for Sephora. One of them, the Anastasia. The other one, the new Huda. I did pick mine up in Major Matte Black. They also have a Patent Black that I want to try. But in the past, I've struggled with these types of liners. So this is what the packaging looks like. It actually looks a lot more, it looks like Sephora style, you know? It not drugstore, and I think it was about $7. And so in the past, I have struggled with these. I like that this one, the handle is pretty close to the tip, because when it's further out, then I struggle really getting control. But I just feel, again, that the Fenty Fly Liner was what changed it up for me to be able to learn how to do a wing with like pen liners. Prior to that one, I wasn't able to. And that is still my favorite liner of all time. The only thing I have found, I've gone through two, is that the tip starts to get a little bit, I don't know if frayed is the word, but the little hairs, and it ends up being harder to actually make that sharp wing. And then it gets kind of bendy. Anyways, this, you guys, it's what I'm wearing today. And I cannot even tell you, one, how easy it is to use, but two, how good it looks once it's on. And I will tell you, this stays on me all day. Y'all know, if you are a regular on my channel, I typically wear my makeup from like, I don't know, 6 in the morning to 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. And this stays on. It is so great. And for the price, I'm like, sold. I don't need any more high-end eyeliners as long as there's that. This other one is a very hyped item, and I was kind of skeptical, and it's the CoverGirl True Blend of Undercover Concealer. Nothing you have not seen before. The Sephora, or the cap, reminds me of Sephora because of the black and white stripes. Again, with this one, I didn't know that I was going to love it. It's hard for me to be able to find the exact like shade for myself at the drugstore. There's no testers. Some look too light, some look too pink, some look, anyways, all of that. I think I hit it right on the money with this one. And the awesome thing is, my not my drugstore, but my grocery store, they're like revamping the cosmetic section, the beauty section, to make it like super, I don't know, bougie in my opinion. And so what's happening is they're clearancing out a lot of the makeup, probably so they can make way for new. This was on clearance for $5. So I did not expect to love this as much as I did, and I didn't expect it to be as good of a match as it was. And wowzers, I really have not even been able to put this thing down. So I know a lot of y'all will comment on my videos saying that like you are a very similar skin tone as I am, and so I got mine in the shade Light Nude L600, and it is a perfect match. It's a tad on the light side, but the next one would have been too deep. So it honestly blends in just so perfectly. It's easy to blend. I just am in love with this, and it was, like I said, clearanced out. I think I paid like $5 for it. So love it. Have been using it every single day. All my high-end mascaras are getting neglected. This one is such a great concealer. The next product is weird. It's random. So it's like a little, I don't know what to tell you that it's called anymore, because I don't even think I've got it doesn't say. It's what I've been using for years, and I thought, you know what, I've never featured this on a favorites video, and where would I be without this thing? So it's not a razor. It looks like a little comb, and you may even have one in your collection. But then again, you may have never seen one of these before. This is what I use for like my little mustache hairs and things like that. Also, there is a separate attachment that you can put over it to groom your brows. My brows tend to get very lengthy and unruly. So when it's time, maybe every couple of weeks or so, I will clip it on and I'll go, you know, and it has a side for long, a side for short. I do long because I don't want to go too short and then shave off my brows or something. But this is just, also, on the right, can you see there's like a tiny little comb right here, and then this side is a little bit longer. So literally, AA battery, turn it on, and it kind of moves, it kind of vibrates, and it like just basically not shaves off is the right word because it doesn't grow back thick and ugly like if you were to shave it. That's the only reason I don't shave it. So this thing is so great. You can find it at Walmart. My local grocery store has them as well. I really had to put it in a favorites because I would be lost without that thing. Next up is something that actually I also picked up during the spring sale, and I had used it a couple of times, and I was like, gosh, the spritzer on this is so fierce. It's the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. And I wasn't really loving how it was setting my makeup. It's such a heavy spray, quite frankly. I love the smell. I do love the spray, but for my after, post makeup setting, all of that, I just wasn't feeling it. So it wasn't getting used until I said, why don't I try using it like over top of my primer just to kind of refresh before I go in with my foundation. And you guys, this thing is so amazing. I love when you finally like discover how you love using a product. And that is this for me. I just love going in, like I said, after my primer, but before my foundation. It just, I don't know, it refreshes. My foundation goes on so well. Love this. It's nothing new. You may have this in your collection, who knows. But finally, in the month of September, figured out how I really love to use it. The next product is a lip liner. Now, I don't own a massive amount of lip liners. I have a handful, but I have discovered how important they are just because I get a lot of feathering, bleeding, all that. So lip liners now are, I wouldn't say a staple. I don't always leave the house with one, but when I can pick one out for the day, I like to. But I have found that in using 3 or 4 brands of lip liners that the Huda lip liners are my absolute favorite. They're so soft, they're pigmented, they glide on so easy. I don't have to tug. When I do that, it tends to get messy for me. I tend to go like too much out of the lines, and the Huda formula is just so, so good. This particular one is in the shade Trophy Wife. And literally, that was just one little swipe. Very light. I didn't go, heavy hand. And it just the way it sits on my lips, the way it's creamy. I love Huda lip liners. Love, love, love. And again, glad I rediscovered that in September because that's been sitting in my collection unused for a while. The next item is actually a deluxe size. It was one of those beauty offers on Sephora's website, and it's the Anastasia Eye Primer. Now, you can't find this anymore on Sephora or Ulta. I did not think it was going to be limited edition, and maybe it was. I know they released it with that Alyssa Edwards collection, but I thought that was just a permanent product, and I don't know, I guess not. You can still find it on the Anastasia website. The thing about it, I had not picked it up because so many people were complaining about the packaging, that when you open it, it all oozes out, and I thought, oh, I'll kind of wait until they get that together, and then I'll purchase it. But I knew I wanted it because it has that white base, and I love that for bringing out, the intensity of a shadow, bringing it to its full potential. And you guys, this met every expectation I had. It truly is so amazing. Now, it's a little more liquidy than I thought, which I actually am not mad about. I like that very much because it's easier to spread out. It doesn't make things as cakey and weird, but I just really, really enjoy this primer. It's not drying like I thought it might be, and I love it. So now that I know I love it, I kind of want to pick one up off of the Anastasia website. We'll see. But love, 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 and I'm kind of sad that it's limited edition. I don't know why it is. But anyways, so that is that. Total love. The next one is another rediscover, and it's actually what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's Bite Beauty's Souffle. That's the shade name. It's the Amouse Bouche lipstick. You remember when these were everything everyone was talking about? Don't you miss the days of makeup when a product would come out because the industry wasn't as oversaturated? It was getting there, but it wasn't as bad as it is today. And there'd be like a launch or a product where, that's all YouTube was talking about, and it was like the buzz for months, 2, 3, maybe even 4 months, who knows. Now something drops and, oh, it's great. And then the next day it's like, oh, moving on to the next thing, it's kind of like news. It's old, here today, gone tomorrow. And this is one of those things. But I have about 5 of these in my collection, and for whatever reason, I liked them at first, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm as crazy about them. Well, late August, I used one because it was a shade that I was needing to go with my look, and I was like, I love this. I'm so excited to rediscover this and that I have it in my collection. Well, I wore it today to show you what this one looks like. It's called Souffle. So creamy, so saturated in color. They smell amazing. And as you know, Bite Beauty, super natural, food grade ingredients. That's nothing new. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna have to re-look into this whole Amouse Bouche line because, well, let me keep using the ones I have, but, you know, next sale or something. Love, love, love. So happy I rediscovered those. Okay, I've only got a couple products left. One of them is a Bath & Body Works product. You guys, I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless and so overcome with happiness that they've re-released Twilight Woods. This has really always been my favorite Bath & Body Works fragrance. So the time that it's not been at the store, because as you know, they discontinued it, you'd have to go to your outlet, to your local outlet, or every now and then order it online when they bring back like the discontinued favorites. Well, they've brought it back as a permanent, at least for now. We know Bath & Body Works, nothing is ever permanent, you know? But you guys, this re-released late August, and I had August 26th marked on my calendar because Twilight Woods was coming back and I needed to have it. I mean, aside from the fact that, you know, it's kind of nice to watch Twilight and slather some Twilight Woods on. You get the whole vibe, the whole experience. I'm totally kidding. It's amazing. Love it, and so glad they brought it back. My goodness. 2 palettes for you and then we'll be done. These are, one of them is Holiday, one is not, but they were both recently released. And one is Holiday that I purchased about, has it been 2 weeks at this point? It's been roughly 2 weeks, so I didn't use it the full month of September. You guys, this little Faced Hot Buttered Rum, yeah, it's a neutral palette. What can I say? It's a neutral palette that I am in love with. Oh gosh, it's so good. Now, one, I could sit here and smell this all day. It smells so amazing, you guys. It smells like hot buttered rum. So it's not overpowering, but if you've got a sensitivity to scents, then, you know, just keep it in mind. You will smell it, especially when you're putting it on your eyes, which for me is the best part. It's very, very warm. I have done a video on this, so if you are interested in seeing what my thoughts on it were, I mean, obviously, I love it. You know I'm dazzled by it. But just all the in-the-weeds details and thoughts about, like, the mattes and just demo, go check out that video. Anyways, you guys, this is such a good palette, and for the price point, 25 bucks, you cannot beat that. And I love this. Love it. I think it might be my favorite of their mini palettes. Yeah. What else can I say except that you need this as part of your Holiday 2019 collection. So amazing. I didn't even give you swatches. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I just got so overwhelmed and overtaken with the beauty of this palette. Here's just a couple of the mattes and then one of the more metallic shades. These are ridiculously pigmented. Like, it's something I would expect in like a super high-end palette, that it would be this pigmented. And it was a $25 palette. So anyways, the next one is also a neutral palette. And here I am over the last few videos saying, I don't buy a lot of neutrals because I have a lot of neutrals. Anyways, but this one was pretty unique to me just because of, well, let me tell you what it is first. It's the Urban Decay Naked Honey. So I had been on the fence about this one before it released. I was like, you know what? I don't need it. I got a lot of neutrals. But the more I was seeing photos and the more I was seeing videos, because as you know, if I'm planning on doing a review, I really won't watch videos. I don't want to be biased or like swayed or anything like that. But if I'm not planning on picking something up, I will watch videos because I just kind of want to see, you know, well, what's the fuss about? I want to know. I want to be nosy. And so the more I was seeing, I was like, wow, I think I might need that. So first off, the packaging, super cute. Reminds me of the 70s. And the 70s isn't my favorite decade. You know, if I watch movies and stuff, I'm like, yeah, the 70s, yeah. I wouldn't have wanted to live in the 70s. I think I would have wanted to live like in the 50s, that kind of era. Anyways, I did total swirl moment. Anyways, the packaging, super, super cute. What I love about this is that there is the brown to the yellow. And I love that honey kind of warmth. I love that it's not like a just what is it, brassy gold? Just gold. You know, I do have a lot of that. And what drew me in is just the brown warmth to these golds. And I can't even tell you how much this has lived up to the expectation that I had hoped. So let me pop out the brush. You've already seen this. It's nothing new, but this is what it looks like. And you guys, so that honey shade is everything. It does live up to the hype that everybody talks about. But in addition to that, I find the others to really perform so well. Urban Decay didn't used to be this good. Now, I've always had a love for Urban Decay because Urban Decay is the brand I have been buying since high school. My first eyeshadow ever was one of the token eyeshadows, and it was in the shade Vapor. And I remember I was, I think, a sophomore in high school when I purchased that a long time ago. And so I've always had a love for Urban Decay. So, like, I used to buy every single book of shadows. I mean, and that was when makeup releases were a lot less frequent. So Urban Decay has always been extra special to me, but I would be the first to say that their formula, now that we've got, like, I don't know, other things to compare to, there didn't used to be a whole lot to compare to. You know, it was a little drier, a little bit more rough. Their formula has really come a long way, and I love it. I'm just very, very happy about it. So that's what those three look like. Again, probably nothing you haven't seen, but loved it for the month of September, and I really want to continue using it in October. The only thing is, with so much coming out, I'm like, but with the Halloween oranges and yellows and things like that, this is probably going to be a perfect option, so I'm excited about that. All right, you guys, that brings us to the end of this favorites video. I've made it kind of long, but I hope that you found it entertaining, interesting. Maybe there's a couple things that even piqued your interest, which of course, as usual, I'll put the list in the description box below. And so, yeah, I really have fun talking over my favorites with you every month. All right, my friends, again, the end of another video, so thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope that if you are new to my channel that you will subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of this YouTube family. I love to, just so that you know, I love to talk makeup, but I also love to encourage and motivate at the end of every video. So I hope that you'll stick around so that we can talk more makeup. I don't want this to be the first and last time that we talk and see each other. And if you did enjoy this video in any way, shape, or form, I hope you'll consider giving it a thumbs up, as that really does help me out, and I appreciate it more than words can say. All right, my friends, before I let you go, I want to give you a quick verse of the day. If you're not into that or you don't want to hear, you're most certainly welcome to click off of the video here and now, never in an effort to shove anything down your throat. Again, just in an effort to, at the end of every video, help inspire, motivate, and just share my faith with you in just an encouraging way. So today's comes from 1 Corinthians 15:58, and it says, "Stand firm, let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain." All right, my friends, thank you again for watching. I hope you're having a most wonderful day. If you're going through difficult times or you're not having a great day, it is my prayer that things look up for you soon. Just know that there's someone out there, me, who loves you and prays for you on a daily basis. If you ever need just a listening ear, just know the comment section below is open to you, and I love responding to you. Even if you just ask for prayer, I would love to be able to do that for you. All right, my friends, thank you again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.